Get ready for the action, because we are diving straight into the markets with major shifts. We start with the US Open news, where Wall Street is opening higher. We have to look at the optimism surrounding a possible truce between the US and Iran, with negotiators reportedly close to signing a one-page memorandum of understanding that could reshape global diplomacy. We'll break down how this developing situation is impacting oil prices, bond yields, and why investors are suddenly betting heavily on precious metals as silver surges over 5% and gold climbs by 1%. This is a major signal for everyone watching the financial landscape.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALEN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we switch gears completely and head to the world of high-stakes competition. We are following the golfers at the US Open local qualifying at Pasatiempo Golf Club in Santa Cruz. We'll see who battled through the grueling test, including Jack Rahun's bucket list experience, and discover which players managed to advance to the final qualifying stage. Find out the scores and the incredible moments that happened on this legendary course, including the medalists and the players who made it to the next stage. Now, let's talk about the intensity on the tennis court as we look ahead to the French Open. We're tracking the drama involving Mira Andreeva, who is being branded as petulant following her recent losses, and Emma Raducanu, who managed to avoid a significant fine. We will explore the commentary from experts who are urging Andreeva to find balance in her emotions and the surprising decision made by Emma Raducanu regarding her participation in the tournament. And finally, we wrap up with the pressure on the green as Michelle Y. West shoots a nervous 82 in her first LPGA round in 3 years. We'll look at her struggle with nerves, her tough putting performance, and how she is trying to put everything into perspective after a challenging start. Don't miss out on all the breaking developments happening across finance, golf, and tennis. Stay with us for more. Noi Dung Kai Tight. Wall Street opened higher on optimism surrounding potential diplomatic breakthroughs between the US and Iran, which is influencing market sentiment and driving investor activity. US futures showed modest gains, with the S&P 500 rising by approximately 0.2%, the Nasdaq 100 up 0.1%, and Dow Jones futures up 0.3%, totaling about 133 points. This positive movement is largely attributed to reports suggesting negotiators are close to finalizing a one-page, 14-point memorandum of understanding aimed at ending the conflict and establishing a framework for broader nuclear talks. While the Iranian Foreign Ministry confirmed Tehran is analyzing the proposal, significant uncertainties persist regarding critical issues such as uranium enrichment and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Further geopolitical developments are anticipated, including a scheduled meeting between Trump and Xi Jinping next week to discuss tariffs, Taiwan, and sanctions on Chinese chips. /N market performance has shown divergence across sectors. Precious metals have performed strongly, with silver surging over 5% and gold rising around 1%, reflecting a market bet on conflict resolution and a return to previous bullish trends. The technology sector, particularly semiconductors, remains the market leader, evidenced by the SOX index rising over 60% this year. Conversely, the energy and consumer sectors are under pressure. WTI crude oil has fallen by over 5%, dragging the oil sector down, while consumer-facing companies like Shake Shack and appliance manufacturers such as Whirlpool have reported declines, with Whirlpool explicitly citing the impact of the Iran conflict on U.S. consumer confidence. /N in company-specific news, Datadog surged in pre-market trading, posting strong results that surpassed expectations. The company reported revenue of $1.01 billion, beating consensus estimates, and raised its full-year 2026 revenue forecast to $4.3 billion. CEO Olivier Pommel highlighted the role of AI in driving demand for the platform. Fortinet also saw a 15% gain after raising its full-year revenue forecast, signaling resilience in corporate IT security spending. ARM Holdings delivered mixed results. While total revenue and EPS beat estimates, the performance of its royalties segment caused some market concern, leading to a downgrade from Goldman Sachs. Meanwhile, Agilent Health surprised the market by raising its full-year adjusted EBITDA forecast above zero, prompting multiple upgrades. The overall market narrative remains heavily influenced by the delicate balance of international diplomacy and the ongoing technological shifts in the market. Wave by wave, golfers battled through a grueling 5-hour test at Pasatiempo Golf Club in Santa Cruz, marking a significant step toward the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills Golf Club, Southampton, New York. The local qualifying event, held in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, saw competitors test their mettle on the challenging par 70 layout, with many facing the daunting prospect of a lost opportunity. Despite the competitive nature, the atmosphere remained positive, with players celebrating the experience. Jack Rahon, representing Orange, described the round as a bucket list experience, highlighting the prestige of playing at the world-renowned course. Only 6 players from Santa Cruz County participated, with the field drawing talent from across the state and beyond, including golfers from Arkansas, Georgia, South Carolina, Illinois, and Michigan. The competition was fierce, but 5 low scorers successfully advanced to the final qualifying stage. Amateur J. Leng Jr. From San Diego and Jack, Rahon shared medalist honors by shooting 4 under par 66. Mana of Shaw of Bakersfield and amateur Jackson, of San Francisco each posted a 68, while Andrea Topping of Magalia finished 3rd with a 69. Topping secured her spot in the next round after surviving a playoff against Noah Norton and Christian Castillo. In the local contingent, Scotts Valley High freshman Lucius Neeson achieved a top finish, finishing with a birdie on the 9th hole for an even par 70, placing in a 5-way tie for 8th. Other local players, including Jacob Holmes and Ryan Slater, tied for lower placements. Beyond the scores, the experience proved invaluable for many newcomers. Rahon, who had previously spent $330 on a practice round, credited the preparation, noting his iron play and putting accuracy paid off. Leng Jr. played a bogey-free round, while Shaw recorded notable shots, including an eagle on the par 5 9th hole. Suh, despite an early setback, rebounded with 3 birdies to advance, emphasizing the course's special nature. Andrea Topping reflected on the course conditions, noting the tricky sloped greens, but emphasized the privilege of playing on Alistair Mackenzie's course. Neeson expressed confidence in trusting his game against the tough pins. The qualifying round was more than just a score. For many, it was a cherished opportunity to experience a premier golfing venue. The tennis circuit is heating up as the French Open approaches in less than 2 weeks. Action is currently centered at the Italian Open, following the Madrid Open. In the men's draw, Jannik Sinner secured a decisive victory over Alexander Zverev, winning 6-1, 6-2 in the Spanish capital. In the women's draw, Marta Kostyuk defeated Mira Andreeva, 6-3, 7-5. Andreeva's recent performance has drawn scrutiny, with former doubles star Rennie Stubbs commenting on her on-court demeanor. Stubbs described Andreeva's recent behavior as very petulant, urging her to better manage her emotions. Stubbs noted that Andreeva tends to suppress her feelings on the court, leading to an abrupt emotional display after matches. Stubbs emphasized the need for Andreeva to find a balance, showing appropriate emotion like happiness without becoming overly high or low. Andreeva's frustrations were also evident in her women's doubles final loss against Katerina Siniakova and Taylor Townsend, alongside compatriot Diana S.H. Nader. The context of Andreeva's prior losses in Madrid, which included a politically charged match against Kostyuk, where the Russian player was left in tears, added to the narrative. Meanwhile, British number 1 Emma Raducanu navigated a potential penalty by conducting media duties at the Italian Open before announcing her withdrawal from the tournament less than 30 minutes later. On-site withdrawal regulations carry a $15,000 fine, and sources suggest these rules may have influenced her decision to speak to reporters despite her intention to withdraw. Raducanu had expressed feeling positive ahead of the tournament, but ultimately decided to pull out from the Italian capital. Michelle Y. West experienced a nerve-wracking first competitive round in 3 years at the Mizuho Americas Open, shooting an 82 in the opening 10 over 82. Y. West described the start of the round as highly stressful, admitting to cursing when faced with difficult shots. She reflected on the intensity of tournament play, stating that no amount of practice or money games compares to the first round of a major event. In the Mizuho tournament, which is being used as a warm-up for her upcoming U.S. Women's Open appearance at Riviera, Y. West recorded 37 putts during the opening stretch. The course conditions at Mountain Ridge Country Club were notably challenging, with only 10 players finishing under par in the morning wave. Her performance was marked by inconsistency early on, including 2 double bogeys and a triple bogey in the first 11 holes, leaving her 6 over by the halfway point. However, things stabilized on the back 9, where she managed even par on her final 7 holes. Y. West emphasized the importance of perspective, noting that her husband provided crucial support throughout the round and that she focused on the bigger picture. Looking ahead, Y. West plans to utilize a claw grip for the remainder of the tournament. Meanwhile, on a separate front, a chilly and windy morning in West Caldwell, New Jersey, saw 2 players distinguish themselves. Andrea Lee led the field with a 6 under par, followed by world number 2 Gino Thitikul at 67, while Angel Yin and Ruoning Yin both finished at 70.